hello YouTube. I'm making this video to explain some things that have happened. I know that I was making the Earth and Star Wars video, and there are several things that happened that sort of halted my progress on that. The first and most major one, of course, was the pandemic. I was not, like many people, stuck at home during this, which I'm very grateful for. I was still able to work because I work at a grocery store and we did not close. But even so, I actually lost free time because it got so busy because people were stocking up for quarantine. So I was working extra hours, and so I was super busy, didn't really have much time to devote to making videos. And so the narrative episode that I was working on that I had teased, I think, a couple months ago, just kind of got set to the wayside. And then my microphone, I had just gotten a new microphone, and then the pandemic hit, and I live with my parents, and my mom is a teacher. And so she used my microphone, which is really just a headset. It wasn't like a big studio microphone or anything. It was like a little $15 headset. But she used that, and then she ended up getting one of her own and then gave mine back to me, but I was still so busy that I didn't really do any recording, and so I misplaced it. And I don't know where that is. And so I'm actually recording this on my phone. I have gotten a new phone since I started this YouTube channel, and it's got some better software for everything, but even so, it's no headset. And then as far as the writing itself is concerned, I was making good progress on the narrative episode, and then I kind of hit a roadblock. I realized I've never written a space battle before, which the space battle was sort of a central piece of the episode. And so I had come at this battle from like 5 different angles. Several times I actually completely rewrote the battle, and I still couldn't find a way to make it narratively pleasing, if that makes sense. And so I was juggling that, and then the pandemic hit. I had extra work, and then I lost my microphone, and all that just piled up to, okay, maybe I just should not work on this right now. And lo and behold, things have started to calm down now. I live in a tourist town, and summer's coming, so things are starting to pick up, but they're still nowhere as busy as things were, or nearly as hectic. But even so, it's proving difficult to get back into the groove, I guess, of working on the old episode, because I never really had time to devote to figuring out the space battle. So I started thinking, and this is partly why I'm making this video, is to say I'm going to put Earth and Star Wars on hold until I figured out the space battle. In the interim, I'm going to address a different series that would complement my narrative background. I have a lot more experience writing like traditional classic medieval fantasy, and in those, the action, unlike the space battle that I had trouble with, the action in like fantasy and whatnot, I mean, unless you're writing a battle, is very personal. It's very up close. And even battles, you can narrate the movement of the army. And I had no idea how to do I'm beating a dead horse with that space battle now. I'm thinking that I might go to a series while I'm figuring out Earth and Star Wars. I might go to a series that more complements my native style. And so I had two different ideas. One was sort of a fan fiction rewrite of the sequel trilogy, which I actually got. I actually had inspiration for the idea from all the older videos back in the early 2010s and late 2000s that were trying to make the prequels better. And so I was like, well, what if I do that with the sequels? Not necessarily because I absolutely hate the sequels. There are redeeming qualities in the films, but I think it would be fun. And I do think that a lot of people would enjoy seeing somebody else's take on the story. And then the other series that I was thinking of was Star Wars meets Avatar, so that sort of that crossover, because mythologically they're not identical, but they're complementary. Avatar and Star Wars both take from the same spiritual source, that is sort of Eastern mystic Buddhist ideas, both with the Jedi and the Avatar. And so I was thinking of doing that, or doing the fan fiction rewrite of the sequels. And I was trying to think of a way to decide which series I wanted to do more, or which series I would do. I want to do both, actually, but I was trying to decide how to figure out which series to do, but my dilemma is my channel is not quite large enough for me to say, hey, post in the comments what you want, or I'm not large enough yet to post a poll on the community. So I guess what I will end up doing is writing a little bit in both series and see which one I like the most, and then that's the one that I'll run with. And then when I'm done with that one, while I'm working on that one, I'll work on the Earth and Star Wars, and if I'm comfortable with that series again, when I'm done with the one of the two that I choose, either the Star Wars Avatar or the rewritten sequel trilogy, once I'm done with one of those two, I will either go back to Earth and Star Wars or work on the second replacement option. Really, it's just I want to make a surrogate series for me to be able to work on Earth and Star Wars while also putting out content, so that I don't just let this channel stagnate. And so that's kind of what I've been mulling over, and I wanted to just put this video out there just to say, hey guys, I am not, I haven't just given up on this channel, and I'm still alive out here. So yeah. I still don't have a good outro, so have a good day.